Good morning, friends. It's Sunday, so you know what that is? It's Sunday dinner here at our house. Come on into the kitchen, grab you a cup of coffee, sit down. Now, I'm going to do several recipes today in this one meal. So what I'll do is each day I'll upload a different recipe. That way, this doesn't turn into a docu-series of me cooking all day and you getting bored. So stay tuned. So let me tell you what's on the menu really quickly. It's kind of a theme. We're going to do some Coca-Cola ham in the slow cooker. We're also going to do some macaroni and cheese I found in a recipe. And we're going to do some baked beans with Coca-Cola. See, we're kind of got a theme going here with some hot dogs. And we're also going to do a double chocolate old-fashioned Coca-Cola cake. Now, why did I choose this menu for Sunday dinner? Well, Elena, that's Mason's girlfriend, is graduating next Saturday from college. So a few of these are her favorite things. She loves mac and cheese. She loves baked beans. She loves chocolate. I picked the ham, but she likes ham. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. I'm doing this as a graduation meal because probably the Sunday after her graduation, I'm sure she's got a lot going on. So that's why we're doing it this week ahead of time. So stay tuned for each recipe and I'll upload them each day so then you can check out Sunday dinner with me. It's Sunday, which means Sunday dinner. So one part of our Sunday dinner is dessert, which is going to be double chocolate Coca-Cola cake. I love to bake. Am I good at it? No. But I enjoy the process. It's very relaxing to me. As you know, my mom, I told you before, my mom wasn't a baker, but her best friend Teresa was. And Coca-Cola cake was one of her specialties, along with German chocolate cake and some other cakes. She was a fabulous baker. So I've eaten this my whole life growing up. Now, this isn't her recipe, and I don't know why till this morning I thought maybe I should have called her and got her recipe. But it's a Coca-Cola cake nonetheless. This is something that we ate growing up all through the 70s and 80s, and even recently she made one so delicious. I'm going to try to recreate it and have us a delicious Coca-Cola cake. So get your pad and paper and let's get the ingredients wrote down for you because there's quite a few here, as you can see. It's not a hard cake. There's just a lot of ingredients. So we need 1 cup of Coca-Cola, half a cup of oil, vegetable oil, 1 stick of butter, 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, half a cup of buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now that's for the cake. We'll do the icing later. So let's just get through the steps first. So in a saucepan, and I like to use my nonstick for anything like this for baking. We're gonna add in I'm using salted butter for my cake. That's what I like. You can use unsalted. 1 stick of that butter. We're gonna add in half a cup of vegetable oil. Also, preheat your oven to 350. You're going to need a 9x13 baking pan. And you're going to want to oil and flour, or like me, just use Baker's Joy. It has it all in there. I love Baker's Joy. Spray a 9x13, your choice of pan. Okay. So we've got in the 1 stick of butter, the half a stick of the, 1 stick of butter, half a cup of oil. Sometimes my mouth and my brain do 2 separate things. Okay, so we have these 6 tablespoons of our cocoa powder. My house is gonna smell so good this morning. Chickens are up. Now we're gonna take this to the stove here. We're gonna turn that on. And we want to bring that to a boil. Okay, give it a quick little stir here. All right, so while we're letting that go, we're going to come back over here and we're going to do our cake mixture. So to this, we're going to add the 2 cups of our sugar. This cake is not for the weak of heart, let me tell you what. This is full fat, full everything cake from the, I don't know when it originated. I've been eating it since the 70s. So 2 cups of sugar, the 2 cups of flour. Those 2 go in together. And then we're going to add, let's see, the salt. Okay, now I use salted butter, so I'm only going to use about half of the salt the recipe requires. So if you are using unsalted butter, then go ahead and use all of that, half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, let's check this. I want a pretty good sturdy spoon. So we're going to mix this up. Okay. Give that a quick mix. You know, when I bring out this beauty, something magical is about to happen. Listen, I will never forget where and when I got this bowl. They opened a little thrift shop here in my hometown and decided to go in and check it out. And the first thing I saw was this bowl sitting on a table. And I walked right over to it and I snatched it up and I didn't let it go till I went to the checkout. $14. I was shooken, shaked, shimmied for 14 bucks for a Pyrex bowl. I don't think she knew what she had at the time. Now she has since upped her Pyrex prices. So I think she kind of maybe knew. But she's all mine. And she's one of my favorites for breads and cakes and things like that. Okay. We're getting close. I'm going to let this go to a boil and then I'll be right back. Okay, so our mixture has come to a boil. And now you're going to gently pour it over the flour and the sugar. And I'm sorry, Jake's about to bark. There's a buzzard in the field behind us and he absolutely hates buzzards. So he may bark. Oh, he's walking away. Okay. So there's that mixture. Now gently get that incorporated in with that flour and that sugar. Smells so good, friends. Nothing compares to chocolate in the morning. I mean, come on. Let's get that all incorporated there. It smells so good. All right, next comes our half a cup of buttermilk, which I forgot to get buttermilk at the store last night. So once again, I made my own. Half a cup of whole milk and a half a tablespoon of distilled vinegar. We got that mixed in there. Now comes the buttermilk. Our 2 beaten eggs. Our vanilla. And our baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda. I'm going to give all of that a mix. All of that good and incorporated together. I forgot to put in the Coke. Krista, you dummy. Oh no. Oh, Krista. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Have a Coca-Cola. I'm gonna give it a minute to heat up. This was supposed to go in with the sugar and butter, or the butter and oil mixture in the cocoa. As Bob Ross says, there's only happy little mistakes. Krista. All right, there you go. See, you can make mistakes in the kitchen and it'll be all right. We caught it in time, friends. You can't have a Coca-Cola cake without Coca-Cola. Ding dong. All right. Looks like we got it warm. We're going to see what happens. I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. The sun's shining. The birds are chirping. We're baking a cake. It's going to be okay. I thought it seemed awful thick, and I was like, what's happening here? All right, now we're going to mix up our Coke. Don't do like me. Put your Coke in with your butter and your oil and your cocoa. All right, let's just get it all mixed in. It's just going to take me a little longer to get that Coke incorporated in there. Without making a mess. All right. I think we're doing good here now. No harm, no foul. Shh, don't tell anybody. I forgot the Coke. What happens in Krista's kitchen stays in Krista's kitchen. Just like the Vegas commercial. All right. Yeah. Now we're going to pour this into our greased pan here. Look at that gorgeousness. And I always forget my spatula. Look at that. We want to get all of that goodness out. No batter left behind. There we go. She's a beauty. Now, 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes, the recipe says. Everybody's oven is different, so you'll want that center to come out clean like any other cake. So if you're new to baking, put your little fork in there, or a little toothpick, and if the cake doesn't stick, you're good to go. It's done. All right, I'm going to give this time to bake, and I'll be back. Our cake is done. 25 minutes was the trick for me. Everyone's oven is different, so just keep an eye on it. Now, this is what I like to do. This is a nonstick pan, so I'm using my little plastic knife. I like to go around the edges of the cake, just like this, kind of separate them, pull them forward a little bit, because the icing we are going to pour on here, and maybe some of that icing, just maybe, will pour down the sides there. And you'll get icing. No words. All right, so this has to cool for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, because you want to pour the icing on while the cake is still warm. So if I can get my tongue to work today, we would be in good shape. Now I'm gonna let this cool for 10 minutes. I'm gonna come back and we are going to make that delicious chocolate icing that goes on top. Oh, wait, stay tuned. Don't you go anywhere. So we've given our cake time to cool. So now we are going to make that delicious frosting icing, whatever you want to call it. So these are the ingredients you need. 1 stick of unsalted butter. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my pan here. 6 tablespoons of milk or cream. I'm using heavy cream because why not? I had it, so either one is going to work just fine. And then we are going to put in, let's see, I want to make sure I have it right, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Get all that chocolate in there. You're also going to need a teaspoon of vanilla and 3 3/4 cups of confectionery sugar. All right, so we're gonna put this mixture on the stove, and we just want it until the butter is melted, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what we're gonna do to whip up this delicious icing. Add my whisk cream. So our butter, cream, and cocoa powder have melted all together. Now we're gonna add in our vanilla, and we're going to whisk in this confectionery sugar. Oh, well, gradually add it, or plop it all on once like me. I'm making a mess. This is why I wear an apron. I've got a towel down here. Get this all incorporated. Yes, indeedy. Got a little bit more here to get in. Go. Oh, Krista, slow down. Okay. It's a little thicker than what I wanted, so I'm going to add a little bit more milk. Probably a couple tablespoons of milk there. Let me get this going here a little bit better without making a mess. Oh my goodness. This is why I have a towel underneath of me, because I know how I am. Oh, Krista. All right. That looks so much better. There we go. Now that's the consistency I want. Look at that, friends. That's what you want. We've got our warm cake. Now we're going to pour that luscious, delicious chocolate frosting on there. Let's give it a, help it along here. Oh my goodness. Let me get my spatula out. Get it out of the drainer. I just washed it. We want to get all of that icing. There we go. Let's give it a nice little spread out. And when that hardens, that's going to be amazing. Let's get it dry. There's my youth double chocolate Coca-Cola cake. Tonight at dinner, when I slice into this beauty, I will show you the finished product. But look at that. Let's get all that spread around. Friends, how gorgeous is that girl right here? Look at that. Oh my goodness. We're gonna let that cool. I'm gonna clean up my mess. This is why I run dishwater, because I know if I don't clean as I go, I'm gonna have a headache. All right, that's it for our double chocolate Coca-Cola cake. I almost forgot to put the Coke in. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then tonight at supper time, I will show you the finished product. Bye, friends. Here's our finished double chocolate Coca-Cola cake. I already gave the family their pieces because I couldn't find my clicker. So now we're gonna give it a try and see how it turned out. This is my childhood right here. Make it, it's delicious, easy, chocolatey, fabulous. Have a good day, friends. Thanks for hanging out with me, Chris's Country Kitchen.